Just hear the sleigh bells ringling, jing, ting, tingling too.
This is Taco Tuesday.
Well, hey. I'm really glad you guys are here. I'm so glad to be back with my buds, Parker and Kyle. Kyle and Parker, sorry, I messed up the order. Parker had like the smallest glimpse of hope and I just dashed that. We are so excited to be back here at Taco Tuesday at Tijuana Flats on University Ave with our girl Danny. Side note, Danny hooked us up with a side of, not a side, what's this called? A bowl? A bowl of queso. She was like, here you go, love you guys. And I think I actually cried. So we love her a lot. Hey Danny, if you're listening, we like you a lot.
There are actually tears in the queso right now.
Yeah, I kind of got my tears in them, but it's a good tear. It makes the queso taste better.
Because Molly eats so much spicy food, the tears actually had a little bit of spice in them. So now we have some spicy queso. It's very delicious.
I agree. Thank you.
I was actually going to comment on Molly saying my name first, but she changed it.
Sorry, Kyle. I mean, Parker. I still had to say Kyle's name first. Just kidding. So, Thanksgiving is a very food-centered holiday, as many of us are aware. And who loves food more than our guy? Well, that's a good question, and the answer is no one. So, Guy couldn't make it here today because he's so stuffed from Thanksgiving still that he's like literally immobile. So he's just like on his couch. Like if you picture those little like blow up like sumo wrestler suits, like that is Guy right now.
I can confirm. We were snapping the other day and it looked pretty bad.
I also just want to point out that it was like all within the span of one day, I received like 3 or 4 Snapchats of Guy Fieri on Food Network because I think there was like a marathon going on or something, and like all of my friends were watching it apparently, and like they all like Snapchatted it to me, and I felt so much love.
On the note of other life-changing topics, Bad Lip Reading came out with a song recently, and it's just Yoda singing about seagulls, and I just feel like it's changed my life over the past few days.
Kyle admitted that he listens to it every time he goes on his computer. Guys, he's in college. Do you know how many times he goes on his computer?
Other life-changing things. It's officially the Christmas season.
Just hear the sleigh bells ringling, jing, ting, tingling too.
After jumping the gun twice, Parker got it right. It actually is this Christmas season.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Okay, enough of that. So
Kyle's being such a Scrooge.
we're going to move into a few holiday topics
Scrooge.
for the Christmas season.
Scrooge.
And those topics will be...
Scrooge.
Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, and these topics
Scrooge.
will be
I'm done.
stuff like... I know we're going to talk about some TV specials, songs, and stuff like that we like. But first we wanted to get a little bit, for my sake, a little bit into movies. Because we all found out that we had all seen a movie recently. And we wanted to review it, kind of.
This is Kyle's 5-minute movie review featuring Molly and Parker.
This is Molly and Kyle and Parker's 5-minute movie review featuring no one because we're all talking about it.
I'd like to think it's my movie review. I'm just kidding. You guys can all be part of it. So, we all saw Doctor Strange recently, and I think the general consensus was, if I'm speaking correctly, we all liked it, right? So I'll admit that when I came out of the theater, I was pretty confused because there was so much like time gobbledygoo and whatnot. But then, like, when I thought about it, I really liked it a lot. So I don't want to get into spoilers, but I'll just say that there were a couple scenes toward the end that just like had me like just in like total enjoyment, just taking it all in and being like, man, this is awesome.
So I generally like the Marvel movies, like, not that they're all like the best movies ever, but I just like get enjoyment from them. But I wasn't like super into the idea of Doctor Strange because I don't think I really knew like what it was about, which like in retrospect that was probably a good thing because I like had no idea what to expect. So I like decided to go see the movie, a little skeptical. I ended up really enjoying it. It's like really different from what Marvel has done in the past in some regards, but also it's like not too dark and like it's like a light movie and there's like well-placed jokes, but it's not like too serious and not too jokey. Like it's like
Beyonce was referenced.
I know they referenced Beyonce and like I was crying, and like it also takes place in like I don't know. It was super cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to like spoil it for people that haven't seen it, but I will say that it is a good movie to go see in theaters because the like big screen does help with a lot of like the special effects and like stuff that goes on in the movie.
One of the few movies you might actually enjoy in 3D. I didn't see it in 3D, but I would speculate that it might even be enjoyable. I normally am not about 3D. So.
I'm usually not either, but like that would have been interesting.
I have to echo off of what you were both saying. The special effects for the movie were phenomenal, so definitely go check it out on the big screen if you have the opportunity. I would say one of the downfalls of this movie was the villain. I felt like it was another weak villain from Marvel. But overall, it was a great movie, good experience, and it was definitely a lot funnier than you would expect it to be. It had a lot of solid jokes. Some of them didn't hit at the beginning, but by the end of the movie, most of them were pretty solid.
I didn't know that it had Rachel McAdams in it until like I was watching it, and then I was like, oh wow.
I feel like her character was kind of just glossed over though. Like she didn't play much of a role, which is a little disappointing when you have an actress of that caliber, but that's okay.
I think she could have like, I mean, she was like not as big of a character as Benedict Cumberbatch, but I feel like she was the second biggest character on like the like New York side of the movie.
Oh, the New York, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Which she still didn't play a huge, the New York side didn't play a huge role after early on in the movie, but.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, moving on from, never mind.
I just want to talk real briefly. So, for me, this was probably my favorite Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy. And that might be disagreement, but I didn't love, like, I'm not in love with the Captain America movie or the second Avengers or those ones. So I think I like the small scale of it. So for me, I would probably put it in my, like, top 5 Marvel movies that I've seen. What would you guys say?
I kind of agree, but I really enjoy the like Captain America movies. Like I think they're starting to get to the point where it's like a little bit too much. Like, okay, I get it, but like I feel like the franchise is kind of like in this like downward tumble and they can't stop.
I think we're getting kind of fatigued of like the superheroes, so it's nice to see something new.
Yeah, so like all of those superheroes are like super intertwined with each other, and like the Avengers movies have really tied them together, and so like this was still in the Marvel realm, but it was like something so different that it was really refreshing. But it was kind of comparable to Guardians of the Galaxy with like the way that it was done. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's probably my favorite Marvel movie. So yeah, I'm also really excited to see that there's a second one coming out. I'm a little nervous for it because sequels are never, I won't say never because Dark Knight, you know, but sequels are rarely as good. So I'm a little scared, but excited.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys are both saying. Definitely a lot of the Marvel movies now just feel very overwhelming with the amount of characters and different things that they try to fit in, and it's nice to get away from all of everyone and just focus on one individual story and stuff.
Do you think you would put it like in your top 5 Marvel movies, or
would I put in my top 5 Marvel movies? I don't know about top 5, but I think it'd be in the top 10. Probably fit somewhere around 7 or 8. But before we move on from the topic of movies, just the Oscar season is coming up. I'm totally throwing this out of nowhere, so Molly and Kyle are kind of looking at me a little crazy, but that's all right. The Oscar season's coming up, and just a few movies to keep your eyes on. I'm going to give you my top 5 movies to watch out during the Oscar season.
I want to hear this from me.
Kyle can also talk about it if he wants to. Number 1, I have La La Land.
Yes.
That's a big one. Hold on. It hasn't come out. None of these have come out yet, so keep your eye out for them. Number 2, Fences. It's a Denzel Washington movie based off the great American play. Definitely should look for that one. Silence, which is a Michael Scorsese movie. Not a lot known about it, but it looks really interesting. Manchester by the Sea. I forgot exactly what that one is about, but it looked really interesting. And finally, Jackie, which is the biopic on Jackie Kennedy after the assassination of JFK.
Yeah. That's Natalie Portman in it. So if I were to pick a few, I would say yes. For me, one would be La La Land as well. That it looks really good, and from reviews I've seen, it's just out of the park home run musical.
It's also the same director who directed Whiplash, which is one of my favorite films of all time.
Whiplash is on my list of movies to watch.
Whiplash is one of my favorite movies also. So that's coming out, which is amazing. Really excited. Movies that are going to be under Oscar consideration that I've already seen. Arrival. That is a must see. If you have not seen it, you need to see it. It's just, I can't really say anything without going into danger of spoiler territory, but it's a must see. Another one, I'd say Hacksaw Ridge was very good. I'd say that's probably worth seeing Oscar-wise. Parker talked about Manchester by the Sea, which that's been on my radar since the beginning of fall, and I've been really excited for it. I found out that it's not released on a wide release until February. Amazon's going to release it on their website. So I'm a little bummed by that, but look out for that in February, right around Oscar season. Another movie called A Monster Calls is coming out, and that's got Liam Neeson is basically, I believe he's playing this kind monster, and then there's a boy kind of who's going through life and has to deal with this monster or whatever. It's supposedly good, and I think let's see, what was and Live by Night, Ben Affleck movie that's coming out in January. Looks like it's going to be really good. So those are my Oscar season considerations.
That was a good list, Kyle. Molly, do you have anything to add on to that?
No, they're playing Promiscuous Girl by Nelly Furtado, so I can't stop dancing.
Molly's dancing right now.
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Beats everything. Star Wars all day, for life. Go Star Wars.
Rogue One.
Rogue One. All right. We're going to move on to our next topic now, and that is ushering in the holiday season, as we also are ushering in the holiday season. So our next topic is, what is your favorite Christmas song? What TV shows or Christmas specials do you watch around the Christmas season?
I watch a lot of the Christmas specials around the Christmas season. My favorite has to be Charlie Brown Christmas, because I like how it still plays on ABC Family, even with a spiritual conversation that goes on in the middle of it. But it's still just such a fun special, and got a lot of the characters.
To me, it's not Christmas time until I watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love that movie.
I didn't hear what Molly said. What did you say?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Never heard of that.
Oh my god!
It's seriously okay. I Chevy Chase now is bitter and mean, but Chevy Chase back then was probably really cocky and still mean, but he was funny. And that movie is seriously so funny.
That movie makes me laugh out loud, side-splitting funny, and I love it, and I feel like I have to watch it every holiday season. I know already what Parker's going to say his movie to watch during holiday season is. It's Footloose!
I love Footloose, but
It was on TV the other night, and I thought of you.
Why didn't you snap me?
Because I wasn't watching it.
Oh. Okay.
Not everyone likes Footloose as much as you do.
Anyways, my go-to movie for the holiday season is definitely Miracle on 34th Street.
That's what I said.
It is, yep, it is just,
I thought it was Footloose.
it's a classic, absolutely phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But wait.
Wait, I'm on movies. Okay, so for anyone that has not seen this movie, I don't care if you're like not into old movies, you like have to see it because it doesn't really mean anything until you're like older and you're like thinking about your life, but like everyone should see It's a Wonderful Life because it's seriously really good.
You've seen it, right? Okay, someone hadn't seen it, and I was like, how have you not seen it?
I watched it when I was younger and I was just like, I don't get it. But then I watched it when I was older and I was like, this is really sad, but it's like really poignant and good, and it's like a really good movie to like watch around the Christmas time.
So, It's a Wonderful Life is a must-watch. Another one that like I found recently, and I don't know why I hadn't seen this before, but A Muppet Christmas Carol is Molly's shaking her head, but she just doesn't like the Muppets, but I really think it's one of like my favorite Christmas movies. It is just so blissful and awesome.
Speaking of the Muppets, that meme going around on the internet with Kermit the Frog with that cloak over his head is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The Kermit the Frog memes are literally the most relatable memes I have ever seen in my entire life, and I'm not being I'm not exaggerating. But like literally every single one that I read, I'm like, if this isn't me, and like I just cry.
The first one I saw was just so funny. It was like something like you have 3 exams coming up, a paper to write, and like all these things to do, and it's like me to enter, and like enter me is like you deserve a nap. It was just like so great.
I'm gonna read a bunch of my favorites. Me, I know exactly where to go to eat. Me to me, tell him you don't know. Alarm goes off. Me, just sleep 10 more minutes. How about 30 more minutes? Just skip the class. Just drop out. Like, they're all so funny.
The Kermit the Frog memes are awesome. I love the but that's none of my business one, of course.
The old one.
The old one. But I want to give shout-outs to 3 more movies for Christmas season before we...
If anyone has really good Kermit memes, please post them on our link.
We might repost them. So the three more are The Polar Express, which I love, and some people really don't like. I think Molly's among the people who don't like it, but I really like it. I watch it every year. A Christmas Story, Don't Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid. One of the classics. That's one of my favorites. And then, of course, Home Alone. Is probably my favorite Christmas movie. I have so much fun.
The Grinch, not the Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I was going to say not the Jim Carrey one. The original Grinch is great.
All right, moving on from movies, we're also going to talk about songs. And this is really hard for me because I love a lot of Christmas songs. So I'm going to give you a few of my favorites. Obviously, Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé is a hit for so many Christmas songs. But I'll Be Home for Christmas by Michael Bublé is so incredible, so great. I also like the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. It's fantastic. Those are the only 2 that are popping in my head right now, but I'll pass the mic along.
So I've always listened to like old school Christmas music with my family, so like that's what I like. At least I think it's old school. So I love Bing Crosby. Nat King Cole is okay. Harry Connick Jr., like all of those people.
He's not old.
Sarah McLachlan has like a good Christmassy album. I know she's like still kind of relevant. And then something else that's fun to listen to, if you like classical music / like opera, you should listen to Handel's Messiah. And it's literally like all biblical, like it's just like Bible verses that like Handel took and like wrote music to, and they like repeat it, and like it's seriously like so impressive to listen to, and it's just like fun to like play while you're like doing stuff in the house, like decorating a Christmas tree or something. So if you're interested in that, check it out for sure. And then I also enjoy some of the like Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, like the like really poppin', the really like poppin' ones. But like it's overplayed, definitely, but like it's such a classic, and you can't just like not hear the beginning and be like and then like go in.
Shout out to Ruth Ann Spears, who abhors that song with all her being. Yeah, that song does drive me kind of nuts, but that's okay. It can be good every now and then. I would say I love the Reliant K Christmas album. That's one that I listen to every year around Christmas time, and it always gets me in the Christmas mood. It just very catchy and upbeat and fun, so I enjoy that. If you like kind of rock, it's a fun Christmas album to listen to. And then recently, I think it's a couple years ago, Kelly Clarkson came out with one, and I just love Kelly Clarkson, so I am a big fan of Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album, her renditions. I think she has a song called Wrapped in Red that's an original, which I really like even. And then like her renditions of like Baby It's Cold Outside and White Christmas, or she does the one from that one music, The Sound of Music. She does that song, My Favorite Things. She does a great cover of that, which I really like.
Okay, I just want to say that Tijuana Flats is playing Shake It by Metro Station right now, and like my middle school dreams are being fulfilled.
They were playing Lifehouse earlier, and I was really excited because I don't even know when dreams were coming true, so.
Yeah. I think one final song for me is I also like O Come Emmanuel, that Christmas song. Just gets me. And Silent Night. Who doesn't love Silent Night?
All of those like the hymn ones that are like based on hymns, like I really love those. Oh wait, shoot, what's it called? Come back to me.
Reliant K has one song also called I Celebrate the Day that's really good, and it's like softer and slowed down, but it's on that album. It's really good.
What child is this? What child is this?
What child is this? That's good. I love the candlelight services around Christmas time when everyone sings Silent Night. It just gets you, It's just very great. Very good. All right. We're going to move on to one final topic that Kyle will introduce.
So,
don't forget the reason for the season.
True. So this topic is kind of random, but it came based off of something that I remembered from my childhood. So I said, what's the strangest thing to come out of your nose? So basically the reason for this is when I was a kid, there was one day that my family was eating spaghetti, and I had some spaghetti in my mouth and I sneezed while I was eating, and I had a string of spaghetti sticking out of my nostril. My parents were like, Kyle, go look in the mirror. So I ran over and looked in the mirror, and then I saw it and I was just like, ugh.
How did it feel pulling it out of your nose?
It was the most disturbing thing ever, pulling it out. It wasn't a long string, but it was a short string of spaghetti in my nose, and I had to pull it out of my nose.
Are you sure it wasn't a booger?
I'm positive it was spaghetti.
I feel like that would be the closest thing to pulling a parasite out of your body.
Yeah, it was really disturbing because it was slimy. Ugh.
Josh and I were watching Monsters Inside Me for all of 15 minutes, and I could just not do it. They have actors dramatize what was happening, but I was still just this is so gross. I was just thinking about it, and my skin was getting all creepy crawly. The weirdest thing I've ever had come out of my nose is milk. I really love milk, and sometimes I just cough and it comes out through my nose, and it's really painful. It's not that exciting, but I like milk.
I don't think anything has burned more coming out of my nose than salt water. When you're in the ocean and you cough up salt water and some of it comes out, it's the most painful experience.
It's really painful, but then you kind of feel cleaned out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's true, yeah, definitely.
You're just kind of well, that hurts, but I'm okay.
I have nothing to say to this.
Okay.
Wow, your life must be so easy. Don't get spaghetti in your nose.
Yes. Well, with that, I think that's our episode for this week. We are so glad to be back here at Tijuana Flats after having our break off for the Thanksgiving holiday. So with that, I will give the mic to Molly.
So, a couple things to look out for. Actually, I lied. It's not a couple. It's just one. We took a break for Thanksgiving. We'll also be taking a break over Christmas. Maybe we'll put some stuff out every once in a while, but we're only going to be gone for 2 weeks. After we come back from Christmas, we're going to be moving on to Season 2!
Yeah!
So many T's in our name now. To Tacos Tuesday.
We're thinking of giving Parker a promotion, but that comment might have knocked it down.
Please tell us if you think we should get Parker a promotion. It will probably only be one rung up the ladder. He's still got a ways to go, but every little bit counts, guys, so show Parker some love, only if you want to.
Yeah, we would probably still keep his title as analyst, but it would be an internal promotion.
Also, if you have any idea for like new album art or anything for us for season 2, hit us up. We love memes, at least I do. We also love bad Photoshop, so if you have a passion for bad Photoshop, we have a passion for your bad Photoshop.
You could become famous. Your artwork could be featured on Taco Tuesday.
We are on iTunes, so keep that in mind if you're like looking for a career starter.
I'd just like to ask kindly all you fans out there to help me out. Help me get that promotion. It'd be greatly appreciated. I've been working hard this semester, trying to do the right things, be honest and humble. So if you would help me get that promotion, it'd be greatly appreciated.
All right, now, but don't get crazy.
That was very passionate and caring. I appreciated that.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
to all 7 of you fans out there, thank you for still listening.
Our views are horrible.
And I just want to say that like 7's like probably an overestimate, but that's okay. We still love you, and we
Want you to listen to this.
So nice.
thank you again, Danny.
Of course. I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, we'll see you next week. Us and all of our 2 fans will be listening.
Yeah. Keeping this out. Hey, girl.
So please like it, share it. You know, make sure that everyone hears about us. We want to be known.
Don't even waste your time liking it if you're not going to share it.
I wouldn't say that. Please still like it.
Please.
Please.
Please clap.
Scrooge.
Okay, so yeah, get all that done, like it, share it. So for season 2 though, I'm expecting, the start of the new season, start of a new semester, we might be able to draw in some more viewers. So we're hoping to get that number going up. But I think that's all we have to say this week, and we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. And hopefully next week, I think we will have 2 very exciting guests on. So we're really excited.
That's a wrap.
Illy.
Goodbye.
Kyle literally held the mic and didn't know what to say and just gave it back to me.
Hey, it's Danny.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for the queso so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. I'll bring you a fresh one.
Molly just balanced some sauce on the queso.
It was me. I messed it up.
It was Danny.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
I love her. So, anyways.